You know, one of the great things about living in Polk County is we have so many great organizations that are focused on taking care of kids and families and the community. One of those organizations is Heartland for Children. Now, Heartland for Children does a lot of great things, from foster care to education to awareness of child abuse. And here to talk to us today about Child Abuse Awareness Month is Kathy Graydon. She is the Director of Education and Community Relations for Heartland for Children, and also Chanel Allen, the Manager of Healthy Families Polk.
Yes.
Ladies, thanks so much for coming on today.
Thank you.
Now, with the two of you together, Healthy Families Polk and Heartland for Children, tell me about how you guys are kind of working together here.
Well, for the month of April, it's National Child Abuse Prevention Month, and that's a time where we really come together to promote Pinwheels for Prevention, the National Child Abuse Prevention campaign. But throughout the year, we work together, helping families and getting them the supports that they need before children are harmed. And so I know Chanel can speak more to what they do in the home, working directly with families, but we like to think we have a great partnership in the same goal of keeping children safe and giving families what they need.
And tell us a little bit about Healthy Families and your background.
Well, Healthy Families is a prevention program. However, this program is based on research, decades of research. It's a volunteer program, and we primarily go into homes and provide educational topics and teaching to the families. We work with the families until that child turned 3 years old. We start at birth, or when mom is pregnant, and we work with that whole family on an individual basis, week after week, until we feel that they are ready for successful completion of the program. It's a 3 to 5 year program.
Now, Chanel, I can imagine working with these expectant mothers and new mothers, new families. There's probably a lot of relieved stress when you guys can come in and help educate and help guide them along the process.
It is. I always like to think of, you need a license to do everything. You need a license to learn how to drive, but yet you don't get a license to be a mom. You don't need a license to be a mom.
Yeah.
And a lot of these families recognize that they need some assistance with just learning the basics of parenting. So that's strictly what we do. Teach parenting and work with the whole unit on the parenting. And in return, by us teaching the parenting, we prevent child abuse and neglect.
Yeah, and really, when we talk about, Kathy, we were talking earlier, and people know that kids are abused. That we know that they're neglected, abandoned sometimes. We're aware of that. Maybe not as aware of the scale that it actually happens, but we are aware of it. This campaign is really to promote results, right?
Yeah, well, we want our community and our nation really to know what they can do and how they can be a part of the solution. We know that it's a problem, but the message is really about it's important to learn about healthy child development. It focuses on positive parenting practices and encourages individuals to take action for children and families. Right. And so we really want them to get engaged, learn about what's happening in our community, how they can be a part of events and opportunities in April, but also throughout the year where they can help us strengthen families and get help to families before children are harmed.
And I'd imagine you guys, both of you, work very closely with the Department of Children and Families, and a lot of their cases are reactive. They get reports and things like that. And so, what you're saying is, let's not be reactive, let's be more proactive and get to those families before these issues happen.
Right, and the Department of Children and Families, here in Florida, is very actively participating in the Pinwheels for Prevention program. So, and the same with Heartland for Children. Although we deal with children who have been abused or neglected in their families, we really, as a community, want to focus on getting interventions early, preventing this from happening in the first place. Our goal is to keep children safe and make sure they grow up in safe, nurturing environments.
Yeah. What role does education actually play in, you know, I mean, how do you get the word out to these families?
Well, education plays the biggest part in prevention. As I said earlier, all families, all parents want to be a good parent, but sometimes they just don't have the tools that they need to prompt them with doing and being the best parent they can be. So going out, working with them early on in their pregnancy, providing them information and teaching on child development, what they should expect as the child develops, teaching them curriculum that would teach them how to set meaningful goals for themselves and the children in the home as well as the baby. Just educating them every week for at least an hour, role playing with them, helping them through any kind of barriers that they may have. So it reduces the stress levels because these families are armed with the tools that they need. And then in return, we have a very high success rate. In our program, we had like 99% free of abuse and neglect 12 months after they've graduated from the program.
Wow.
So prevention does work.
Yeah, absolutely. I think about, you know, my wife and I, well, we don't have any children or anything, but we're down here a lot, all of our family really is in other parts of the country, and you think about how much the family support means to a family that's raising a child for the first time.
Exactly.
If they don't have that family support, how important it is to have somebody that they can call on, like Healthy Families or like Heartland for Children, to be able to come in and partner with them.
Exactly, and that's another part of the teaching that we do, because a lot of families don't have the support a lot of people take for granted, but we know we're not going to be with the family forever.
Right.
So we arm them with the tools, and that's part of it. If we recognize that they don't have any positive support, then we help them develop goals to address developing support, a good, healthy support system before we're out of that home in 3 to 5 years. So we do arm them with all of those tools so they can be productive and raise their children, and most of all, keep those kids safe.
Yep. Well, let's talk about the Pinwheels campaign. How does somebody get involved with Pinwheels?
We have a lot of great opportunities in the month of April for our community to get involved. And right here we have a pinwheel display. We're encouraging businesses to give us a call and let us know. We have just a little tent card that goes with a vase. It can fit anywhere on a reception desk. And it really is an opportunity to show support of this campaign and show that we as a community support children and their healthy growth and development.
I think it's a great idea because oftentimes you see, I mean, there's pinwheels for a lot of different causes and things like that. So you'll see the pinwheel, but you won't know what it necessarily what it means. The different colors represent different causes. But this is a great way to, you know, instead of having to punch it into the yard, you know, you've got this beautiful little vase display that you've put together for people, and of course the explanation of what it is.
Yes.
Well, they can do this. We encourage them to find us on social media. We're going to have a very active Twitter and Facebook campaign to get everyone involved, and so some of these will be planted in the ground and with signs, and we're going to take pictures, and hopefully as people recognize them, they'll come on and let us know where it is and enter that contest, and just be involved. We'd love to see a large percentage of our community taking their picture with the pinwheel and making that their profile picture on social media this month, just to show that we really we mean business. This is important to us as a community, and we want everyone to get involved. We have several events as well throughout the month where they can come out and show their support. So that's another way to get involved this month.
You had mentioned the Pinwheels in the Park. Tell me about that.
Pinwheels in the Park is a partnership with the Lakeland Flying Tigers, and it's on their game on April 5th, Saturday, April 5th. We will actually be planting 800 pinwheels in the ground into the shape of a pinwheel, which is such a remarkable sight. And April is the perfect month to have pinwheels because they blow in the wind and they twinkle.
Now, do they put is this like in the outfield on the embankment there?
Yes, out there.
Oh, that would look absolutely gorgeous.
And so you can sit and enjoy the game, and you've got the pinwheels twinkling, and lots of opportunities to get involved. They're going to have a face painter and a balloon artist, as well as family-centered door prizes. And throughout the game, we'll be educating the folks who participate on the importance of child abuse prevention, and also just to get everyone involved however they can. So.
Well, you know, when we were talking earlier, you said about, you know, using the social media, and you just mentioned it. You know, some of the different ways, some of the creative ways that you're encouraging people to get involved just by using what they use every day.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's really easy. Everyone has a role to play. We're going to be pushing out a lot of blogs and information, so individuals who follow us can learn about different parenting practices and what we do as a community and professionals in child abuse prevention to positively impact children.
And of course, I understand you're going to be recognized at a couple different local boards and different here at the BOCC and the school board.
In Polk County, we do, well, actually, there's 3 proclamations, 2 for the county particularly. One is the Polk County School Board, and that is going to be on April 8th at 1:30. And they recognize, we think it's important for our community leaders to recognize the month as Child Abuse Prevention Month. And we take that opportunity to educate them on what we're doing and how we're helping in our community, as well as how they can get involved. We try to provide them each with a Pinwheel lapel pin that they can wear throughout the month.
That's really nice, too. I'm
we'll have to get you one.
Hooked up with one of those, yeah.
Yeah. So we try to give them the opportunity to display pinwheels themselves, and we also provide them with this, it's a family development guide, and this is given out throughout the state. It actually goes along with what Chanel was mentioning. It's important to educate families on parenting, and so this guide gives some really wonderful tips for parents. It takes them from birth to you know, teenage issues, and it's a really great tool for every parent to have.
Yeah. Now we're kind of running close on time here, but I want to talk about one more event that you guys are having during April, and it's the prevention run. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, the Pinwheel for Prevention Run, as we said earlier, is part of a national campaign. However, Healthy Families Polk is the local sponsoring agency. It will be April the 19th at McLaughlin Middle School. It's open to K through 5, school-aged kids throughout Polk County. It's a free event. We do ask, although it's a free event, we ask that you bring a baby unused item to donate, and those donated items help enrich families within the program. The first 100 to register receive a free t-shirt. There will be trophies given to each age category, first, second, and third place winner. And the school that has the most kids will actually get a larger traveling trophy. So it's a really good event. Last year we had about 160 kids or more to participate. Yeah. The event actually we started being the local sponsoring agency way back in 1999. The Pinwheels for Prevention Run started locally before then with the Children's Day. It was in connection with the Children's Day. But it's been successful. Kids look forward to it, and it's a good way and to recognize that we all could play a part, and we all have work to do in making this community healthy. So the kids really enjoy making it their contribution.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, Pinwheels in the Park, the prevention run, this is going to be a great month for not just awareness, but getting people educated and coming up with a solution. You know, not just making people aware of, hey, this is happening, but actually coming up with a way to stop it.
And then making children a priority all year long.
Absolutely.
Giving parents support, I think, is probably the most important message. Every parent, as Chanel mentioned, wants to be a good parent, and every parent at some point or another needs help. And so that's our focus, is to make sure our community provides that help and support for them.
That's great. Kathy, Chanel, thank you so much for coming on and sharing with us. And as always, anytime you guys have some new events or you know, just want to share what's going on in your world, you know, please come on.
We'd love to.
Thank you.
That's Heartland for Children and Healthy Families coming together to really push out a great campaign, Pinwheels for Prevention, talking about Child Abuse Awareness Month here in April, and all the things that you can do to get involved. It's really simple, though. I mean, you know, give Kathy a call, give Chanel a call. Attend one of these events. These are going to be great opportunities for you. Pinwheels in the Park. It's going to be on Saturday, April 5th. The game starts at 6, but the gates open at 4:30. Come early. You know, talk to some of these folks out here and get some materials, get some education about how to prevent child abuse, learn how to grow your families, learn positive parenting practices. Another great event that they're going to be having is the Prevention Run. The Pinwheels for Prevention Run is going to be on Saturday, April 19th at 8:30 at McLaughlin Middle School. That's located at 800 South 4th Street in Lake Wales. And again, it's a free event. You know, first 100 people that sign up get a free T-shirt. You can't hardly beat that. Look, it's easy to get involved. Just get a hold of them at 863-519-8900, extension 205. For the Pinwheels for Prevention Run, call 863-401-2464. Or you can contact Heartland for Children at heartlandforchildren.org.